Hey, what's going on? Facebook, it's Dave Simney, 12-minute mentor coming to you live. Just want to go live today. I've had a lot of friends been impacted by yet another company shutdown. So sad they shut down right before payday. Apparently, they're not, giving anybody commissions. People that ordered products like 4 or 5 months ago aren't getting their products. It's totally shady, totally messed up. And it just breaks my heart to see people invest their time and their personal reputations behind a company that just kind of folds. So I wanted to give you the real story. I wanted to share with you, I've been in the corporate side of direct sales for, let's see, since 2003. So I've been doing this for a long time. And I've seen companies come and go, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've seen distributors come and go. I've seen shady people, shady owners. I've seen it all. And I felt like maybe today I could offer a little consolation to people on what happened and what does tend to happen, and also maybe what to avoid if you're looking to actually have a long-term income. Imagine that. Like, what a concept. It's bad enough in the corporate world these days. You can't rely on a job for any one time. So first of all, I just want to say prayers to all the people impacted by yet another company shut down. Again, just want to say it breaks my heart. I know people personally. In fact, I never realized how many of my actual friends were part of this new company that kind of came out of nowhere 6 months ago, and they're right back to nowhere now, unfortunately. But on the corporate background, so here's what happens when you're a new company. You have to go get distributors. You have to sell products. And a lot of times there's venture capital or there's an initial investment in the company, right? So for most companies, if they get $1 million or $2 million, they're doing pretty good, right? And in the direct sales space, here's what happens. So what happens is they have to, for that $1 million or $2 million investment, they have to design a website, formulate products, package products, hire corporate staff, figure out customer service. And then when all the marketing and all of the branding and all of that is done, right? Then they have to go sell it. So they have to go get a sales and marketing team. And here's what they often do, these new companies. And when I say new, I'm talking about any company that's within their first 3 or 4 years, right? It takes like 3 or 4 years to work out the kinks in any company, if they even make it that long. So here's what they'll do. They'll get to a point where some of them just plain run out of money before they even get to the point where they have to get distributors. Other ones come from like a founder who was a big distributor in another company, and he goes, "Well, I'm going to start my own company." And their ego is their amigo. Their ego's like their best friend, and they think they're the best thing. They're going to have all these distributors come on, so they don't even care what the product is. They just start a company. And oftentimes, the companies that don't stick around are people with shady past, like people with bankruptcies or people that just totally have a shady past. But basically, here's what happens. They spend all this money to design a website, to design all of the products and all the branding and all the websites and the compensation and all that. Then they have to actually sell product, right? And so if they just don't organically attract distributors to their business, they then have to pay people more money than they would otherwise to attract like leaders, right? So they'll do certain things. Here's the real story. They'll do things called a bridge, or they'll do things called like pay to play. They'll basically pay people at a certain rank that they didn't earn because they have a lot of influence. And unfortunately, it's good for the leader that can do that, but unfortunately, those leaders tend to lose credibility time and time again with their friends, their fans, their followers. There's some people that are just big influencers. They just always will, and that's cool. But kind of those mid-level earners, those like 10 to 20K a month earners, they lose credibility really quick when they jump around, jump around, jump around. And these companies, they'll pay higher than other companies' commissions, because how else are you going to attract somebody? You have to have a product that works. And if a product is hot, but unfortunately, what happens is the company specifically, right? The company doesn't have the business acumen or the background to deal with steady growth. So what will happen is if a product is hot, okay, and there's a lot of rapid growth, the company can't keep up. They can't ship. They don't have the business acumen. They can't ramp up their infrastructure. A lot of times when you manufacture a product in corporate, there's a 3 to 6-month lead time just to manufacture it. So if you sell out, and then they get desperate for capital and cash flow, so then they sell product they don't have. I hate to say it, it's almost like a pyramid scam or a Ponzi scheme, because they sell product they don't even have before they even ship it, just to have the cash flow to be able to buy new products and buy new infrastructure and buy the kind of quantities. So it's very sad what happens, but I've been through it. I've been through it with our former company. And one of the things that we did differently was we didn't pay anybody to just come in and be a top leader. Everybody came, they built it organically, and that was different. And I believe that's why we didn't run out of capital. That's why we reinvested. We didn't rent. We bought our machines. We bought everything. We formulated our own products. We manufactured our own products. We were vertically integrated, and I believe that's why we were so successful. And the other thing is we had patented products, right? So we had products that passed every certification, right? 3 third-party auditors, MPA, NSF, CGMP compliance. Our lab was called GMP Labs before good manufacturing practices even existed, right? So we had 7 patents, 37 clinicals. We had all of this stuff, right? And we didn't have to play this like cat and mouse game of like, now you see it, now you don't. And we didn't have to have our CEO come on and give a bunch of BS load of crap to keep people from quitting. Like, we were very transparent with everything. When people had problems, we worked with the field, we figured it out. But we went from making a few $1,000s a month to a few $100,000 a month almost overnight. And then when we got to that stage, it was like, whoa, we bought a new building, we hired new people. Do you know how many people? Like, I was the vice president of the company. I had to supervise a call center of like 30 people. I hired people, I had to let people go. Like, I had a huge job. I fell into positions that I had, no prior experience in, but we did it out of necessity. And then, of course, it was great when we got, a VP of marketing, a VP of operations, a VP of this and that and that. And eventually, we rounded out our C-suite, got everybody together, and we grew the right way. But unfortunately, these companies that are based in like podunk places and they don't have business experience, they hire their family members who know nothing about anything. They just don't know how to keep up with the growth. And it's really sad because people put their reputations and their livelihoods on the line, and it's just a sad, sad situation. So the real truth is this: when a company runs out of money, here's what they do. The number one thing they do is they completely internally shut down in terms of they can't get orders out. The company has to be able to get orders out on time. They have to pay commissions. That's like the fundamental thing for a company. When they stop doing that, they're basically done. But what most companies will do gradually is they'll bring people in with a really high commission, almost unreal commission amount. And then what they'll do, you guys, is they will gradually decrease those commission levels, and they'll try to do it without telling you. And then people are going like, wow, I should be making more money. And they don't realize that all their money went to the front end, to the investment. And now the investors are going, okay, it's time to pay up, right? On their private equity. It's time to pay the bill on the debt. And these companies are going, well, shoot, we're paying out too much money because that's how we got the growth in the first place. So it's kind of a chicken or the egg scenario on the corporate side. And then you have leaders, right? The leaders are only loyal to a point where you're paying them. When you stop paying leaders, I guarantee you, your leaders are going to go, right? If you stop shipping products, but the product is good enough, people will put up with that. If you stop, if you're backlogged on customer service for days and don't get back to customers, your leaders will stick with you, right? But the second you stop paying them, they're gone. They're gone, right? And that's what happened in this case. And don't even get me started on claims. Like, I see companies all the time. In fact, the company that just closed in September, right, 2 months ago, I sent a friend of mine who's in the company a message that said their claims are crazy. They're making unrealistic claims. They're going to get shut down. And I was right. I'm not going to say, oh, I told you so. That's not the time for this. But what is the right thing to do is to take a more conservative approach when it comes to the FTC and the government. The government, look, I wish we could say what our collagen does, but we can't publicly, right? We can't, even in our groups. So we have to toe the line. You can't make egregious product claims. You have to be able to, make only claims that you can clinically substantiate, that are done in proven clinical trials, not just a company clinical trial, a vetted, proven clinical trial published in major medical journals. Hands down, that's it. No questions, okay? And so these manipulative, deceitful companies and CEOs are greedy, and they prey upon these excited marketers who have very incredible product results, which is great. I'm so glad when people stumble upon, or a company stumbles upon a product that nobody's thought of before or nobody's run with before, and they do it. Kudos. That's why our industry rocks. We find amazing products. But unfortunately, when they let people down with bad product claims, and then when people come around with bad results or reactions, they don't refund, they don't return, or heaven forbid, there's people that got their product ordered 4 or 5 months ago, paid for it, and never even got it. 4 or 5 months ago. I'm not talking 4 or 5 weeks ago. So, guys, the real story is this: companies run out of money, or they get a lawsuit, right? Or they get fined by the FTC, which happens a lot. And sometimes you never hear about it. It gets swiped under the bus. But most founders of companies, new companies, run out of money. That's why they shut down. They run out of money. They can't afford to pay all the commissions, all the staff. And then here's what happens: they'll run out of money and they'll be on this crazy growth spurt. And it's like, well, how could you run out of money? We're selling so much stuff. Well, here's what happens: they don't have the cash flow to reinvest their infrastructure in bigger manufacturing, bigger quantity orders, more corporate staff, more infrastructure, upgrades to the website, upgrades to the commission engines and the back office and the apps. They don't have that capital. So when you say something like this, ooh, that company's amazing, they pay 50% commission. There's zero knowledge when you make a claim like that. It's so funny. I've been in this industry for a long time, you guys. Oh my gosh, 15 years, probably almost 20 years since Herbalife. So probably, gosh, almost 20 years, you guys. I've seen it all. And I watch people naively make statements like, ooh, this company pays 50%. Here's what they don't know about: no company can sustain for any amount of time paying 50% of all the money they get. It's impossible, okay? Because without the extra 5 or 6% of, say if a company pays like 44, 45%, without that extra 5%, you have no R&D, you have no investment in the future, you have no third party credibility, you have zero quality corporate hires, you have a bunch of monkeys running the circus is what you get with a company that pays 50%. And you can tell me all day, 8 ways from Sunday, that your company or the company you're looking at is paying so well. There's only so many ways you can slice a dollar. And I have seen every single freaking way you can slice a dollar in the direct sales marketing structure. I've studied every compensation plan. I've studied all the consultants. I've worked with them all who design all the comp plans and write all the policies and procedures. And I know half the corporate staffs at these companies. So just so you know, if you're looking at something and and I'm not going to bash on like a housewife or somebody that doesn't know the industry, but some rookie marketer makes a post that she shared from her group team that says, ooh, 50%, know this, know that, blah, 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 blah. And you're like sucked into the vortex. I want you to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you get on another roller coaster ride with your reputation and your family at stake, spinning your wheels on another opportunity because you think it's ground floor, or you think nobody's heard of it, or you think the commissions are higher. I am here to tell you, as literal God is my witness, like, this didn't just happen in my life. Like, this lifestyle, this business, this knowledge didn't come one day. I just woke up and now I have this knowledge. I've freaking been in the trenches for almost 20 years figuring this stuff out. And I just wanted to come live to share, if there's anybody right now that's been impacted, okay, in any way by any company, any shady owner, any shady crazy team member that takes more selfies than they do actual value on their posts. Seriously, guys, reach out to me. I'll let you know. I don't want anybody to join my team. I don't care. My team is on a freaking rocket ship to the moon, dude. Like we're all over Instagram. We're just dominating the industry, and it's about time. I've been working hard enough on it. So I'm saying this as a public service announcement. If you've got any questions, okay, about, you know, companies closing, new companies that haven't proven themselves yet, companies with a flashy website that make claims about their commissions, or a company that wants to bash another company publicly and actually say the name of the company, like you should probably reach out. Let me see if I can help you. Let me give you some advice. I'll give you some non-biased, like straight up real talk. And if you've got somebody in this position, go ahead and tag them on this post. Go ahead and share this live. I think people need to hear this message right now. Right now is a time when people are confused. It's the holidays. People need extra money, and they can't handle a big blow right now to their family and their income. And it's not right for companies to shut down. But look, when a company shuts down, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a reason behind it, and probably multiple reasons. And there were signs, and there was writing on the wall. People say, oh, they just arbitrarily shut their doors. No. I guarantee you, going back probably weeks and months, there was writing on the wall. I saw writing on the wall, and I don't even know anything about the company. I saw writing on the wall. I knew it. And so, guys, just hang in there, stay strong. And if you're one of the people impacted, again, prayers for you guys and your family. You'll get through this, just like anything. It's just like changing a job. Don't don't beat yourself up over it. You'll build back better. Oh crud! Did I just say build back better? Okay, somebody shoot me. I'm just kidding. But you will build. You will build, and you will build it. You will build it back. It might take some sweat equity and some hard work and hustle, but you'll do it. You'll get there. So don't lose faith. Don't lose faith in the industry. And I'll leave you with this. I made a post a few days ago and I said, and this is before any of this stuff went down. I made a post and I said, I want to apologize for anybody that's personally had like a bad experience in the direct sales industry, because we're not all bad. We're not all companies aren't bad in any industry. There's always a bunch of pieces of, excrement. There's always shady people, shady leaders, shady company, people that all they care about is money. I swear there are so many people out there. Like, 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 let's say our collagen we know is the most researched, the most patented, the best source. It's the best, right? But someone would go sell another type of collagen because they can't sell this one, or they feel like this one everybody knows about it, or they feel like they get more money somewhere else. That to me is shady. When you know in your heart, when you know that you've got a superior product, but yet you go to another company, really? So, guys, follow your heart, do what's right for you and your family, trust but verify. You better check yourself. Check in a little bit harder. Peel back the layers of the onion before you make a big life-changing decision. All right. And let's all be here to support our fellow people in this industry. Let's give them support. Let's help them through this. And just know, not all companies are like that. All right. You can build a legacy. I got 10 years under my belt with this one company, actually 12. I've got 5 years in the field. And I can't make income claims, but let me just tell you, my life has changed forever, and it ain't going away anytime soon. I don't lay awake at night thinking, ooh, that owner's weird. Ooh, they're not shipping product. Ooh, that's shady. You guys, if you have little signs like that, that's not normal. That's like in a relationship, like if there's something inappropriate going on or whatever, like there's signs for that stuff. Don't accept that kind of behavior, that kind of stuff from your company as normal. If your team is like competing with you, is your leaders like trying to snatch customers from, that stuff's not normal. And if you've never done anything in this industry before, you guys, I'm here to tell you, like, that is the not the norm. That is the exception to the rule. The rule of thumb is that most people are good. Most products are good. Most companies are good and ethical. Okay, and myself included. Right? I mean, dude, I'm an Eagle Scout. I coach boys. I coach little league. I mean, my name is my name. Like that's all we have in life is our reputation and our name. So anyway, guys, just a sunny day here in LA. Just wanted to go live and say I thank you for listening. Share this with somebody if it added value. And peace out, guys. Prayers for everybody. And let's just hope something new comes their way. Again, reach out if you have any questions or if I can help. Thanks, buddy.